Guys, Jam Jars is the top new now today. What the fuck? Since when? Hi! How are you all? Good? I'm gonna tweet that this is happening. And that's the tweet song. That's how interesting life is. So, I'm not gonna ask you how you're all doing yet. Why do I have an incognito window open? How ominous
Hi,
is that?
so if
Whoa,
you're
oh my god, my own video started. Bleh. God, that's the most terrifying thing ever. Is that how annoying it is for you when you go to someone's YouTube channel? Ugh. Please, anything but that. I can imagine it probably is. Shout out to the guy before me who was very confused. Why was there an incognito window open on my laptop? He was doing something weird. Something shady was going on. I don't want to know. Ba, 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 ba. There we go. Tag Dan is not. Are you sad? Said Charlotte H. I'm not, but thanks for implying that I am. That's. Jamie T's sister is smelling a taco. Don't think I want to know. I love the hoodie you're wearing. Where did you buy it? It's from a Korean website. Although it's obviously not that hard to find, as I Skyped someone for a documentary I'm making and they were wearing it, so. Or maybe you're just really good at stalking. It's probably that. It's probably that. Doo doo doo. Hi, Bethany says, I'm sick. Okay, right. I've sent out the bulletins. People will be arriving. So from now on, they're just missing crap. So, how are you all doing? Type. I'm going to wait for it. Are you happy? Said somebody. Yes, I'm fine. Sick. Great. Stressed. Jenny B is sad. Dahlia is sleepy. Lisa is brushing her hair. I wasn't aware that that was an emotion, but okay. Rosie's moist. And someone called Taco has just proposed to me. Thank you so much. I wish you were a real taco. What's the crack? Said Rebecca S. I'm good. Doing homework, said Erica B. It is Tuesday. I imagine people are either up to their tits in homework or real life work, which is actually worse than homework. Trust me. Ba, ba, ba. Fiona is eating a plum. That's great. I realised something after watching my last video. I need to back up from the camera, aren't I? I'm like, hi guys, and then I watch it back and I'm like, oh, that's not an attractive angle. Well, Dan, you can sit further back, and then it's not just a giant Dan face. Someone said, I can't hear you. Take out. I hope that they understood. If not, then oops. Oh yeah, Emily P said, hashtag Dan is on fire. About that, that happened, didn't it? So, just a little weather check here. Have you seen my video that I uploaded? Oh, here we go. Guess the crime. Guess the crime. Guess the crime. Arson. That's definitely what's going on at the moment. Cake or death, said somebody. That's a random old school reference to throw at me. Cake or death. Krusty. So we've seen it. We've seen it. Good. And what? Don't just type Jimmy Savile into the chat. Are you feeling Jimmy Savile? Was that your response? Yeah. Okay. Arson. Murder of a unicorn, said Morgan. That would be bad. Oh, Jimmy Savile was the crime that you're guessing. Thank you. That's much more socially acceptable. Great. Thanks, guys. Someone's still doing the Harlem Shake, said somebody. Oh, so last week. What have I missed, Daniel, said Eleanor. Everything. Someone said, did you watch Black Mirror? Yes, and I don't know, like, it made an interesting point, and it was quite good. Sorry if you haven't watched Black Mirror or you don't know what the hell it was on about. It was very creepy and an interesting idea, but I preferred it less than the android dude from last week. Dan's Black Mirror opinions. Great. It will freak you out if you're easily scared by stuff. Is Warm Bodies in the UK? Yes. Have you watched Death Note much? I'm like 8 episodes in. God, Light is so evil, man. I thought at the start I was like, oh, he's kind of killing criminals, but he's okay. And now it's just like you can't just Bad guy. Nice semi-turtleneck, said somebody. Well, Holly, we went over this last week, and it's a cowl neck, actually. So, yeah. A Paz. I don't know. I don't study fashion. Jessica B said, Dan, opinion on the Silent Hill series. It's one of my favourite video game series. And the film is a bit rubbish, but the games are good. Up till 3 or 4, arguably. Have you watched Sherlock? Said somebody. Okay, well, if you're new to me and you've never been to one of my live shows ever, and you've never seen me answer that before, ever, yes, I like Sherlock. There you go. I also like American Horror Story and Walking Dead and probably all the bands that you like. There you go, that's a good answer. Covered everything. Patrick Wolf. Zoran just typed into the chat. Thanks. So, right, a lot of people are wondering, like, so Dan, tell us about the story behind your video. I'm guessing you've watched it. If not, spoilers. Oh well, you should probably go watch it. Hover over this, go like this with your mouse. My YouTube button. There we go. Ding ding. Yeah, I set myself on fire. If you're wondering why it took so long to make, it turns out that organising a stunt team to set someone on fire for a YouTube video can't be organised overnight, unfortunately. Because if you remember, it got to the point where I hit 1 million subscribers and I was just about to post like a random internet support group video I made, and I was like, oh god, I can't do this. Then I was like, oh Jesus, what am I going to make for my video? And then I spent like just ages on the phone like, hello guy that needs to set me on fire, and another guy, and the paramedic, and Phil, and Kieran the camera guy, and studio, blah blah blah. But it was worth it in the end, just for the pun, for the irony. Amy said, was it fun? It was very fun, actually, the process of being set on fire. I filmed, I say I filmed, mi amigo Felipe filmed stuff on the day, so there'll maybe be like a behind the fire documentary. I say documentary from the side channel vlog. I'll upload to Dan. It's Not Interesting at some point. Someone said, did it hurt? No, because I was, I don't want to spoil the making of, but I was wearing 2 layers of the stuff that Formula One drivers wear. Because obviously if a Formula One car crashes and explodes, you try not to, you'd rather not die. So I was wearing a giant, like, onesie, like a fencing costume, 2 of those, and then a bunch of Primark clothes. I didn't think it was possible to spend £80 in Primark, but I managed it for the sake of setting everything on fire. And you don't actually see, you might see in the behind the scenes, but it did actually burn a hole through the trousers when I did it. So you'll see. Rachel F said, do you like F1? I do, actually. Weird fact. I'm not, when I say I'm not a sporty person, I don't follow any sports really, other than Formula One, which I kind of do. Random fact. I like cars, what can I say? Are you doing VU anytime soon, Dan? I want to, Claire. I really want to, because it's the idea of answering some questions is really interesting, but it's just every time you go on it, you're rolling the dice whether it's even going to load or not. But I do plan on doing it sometime this week. Someone said, who do you like in Formula One? Blaska. McLaren, kind of, or just British people in general? I mean, it's hard. I liked it when it was Hamilton versus Alonso and Massa, and it was like the ultimate good versus evil battle against Ferrari, who are definitely evil. And to everyone who doesn't like Formula One, they're like, what the F are you talking about? But that's okay. Do you have a favourite song? Said Michaela. Whoa, I don't have a favourite. Emma E said, what's Formula One? Fast cars. There you go. And kind of misogynistic women parading in bikinis, but it's all good. Billionaires and stuff. It's very classy. Spotify update, said Kelly. Okay. I don't think I've been listening to that much Spotify since last Tuesday, because all I've been doing is freaking editing footage of me on... Okay, that's just... Right. My top track. Okay, let's guess the top track, everybody. Who is my most listened to artist at the moment? Guess away. Musical. Hannah Montana specifically instead of Miley Cyrus. Okay. Justin Bieber, Adele, S Club 7, Beethoven, Macklemore, Steps. Have I missed something since somebody were guessing my most listened to artist? I can reveal for you. Dan's most listened to artist this week is apparently Hunter Hayes. Bullshit. I listened to freaking. Okay, right. This I didn't even know who this guy was, and until he was on the Grammys, and I was like, "Who the f are you?" So I looked him up twice, listened to his whatever that song was, the Wanted or whatever, and apparently now Hunter Hayes is my most listened to artist. Bullshit. Followed by Rodrigo E. Gabriella. I don't know how to pronounce that. The two acoustic guitar people. Followed by Justin Timberlake. There we go. That's my current top three. Most listened to songs are Le Onde by Ludovico Einaudi, which is a piano song, Orion by Metallica, and Requiem in D minor by Mozart. What the F? There we go. That's what Dan's listening to since last Tuesday. It's obviously what I like to edit to. Justin Timberlake, said somebody. Yeah, obviously he's been resurfacing, so I thought I'd listen to a bit more Justified. Can't go wrong with a bit of Pharrell. Opinion on new Fall Out Boy song? It grew on me. Bum. How did it feel being on fire? Warm. Slightly dangerous. Slightly dangerous. They were like, I kind of wanted to be like, why can't I have the flames going kind of like up to my neck? Because I really wanted to look as dramatic as possible. And they said, the key reason why the flames could only be on my legs isn't that it could set my head on fire, but it's that if you breathe in fire, it instantly boils your lungs. I didn't disagree with that when they told me, because I was kind of like, I'm up for anything. Like, put the fire paste like up to my neck, and I'll just run around like a crazy flaming person. And then they were like, well, no, because if you breathe in the fire, then your lungs will melt instantly. And I'm like, oh, that. Well, then I'm gonna listen to the paramedic and not do that. Someone said, Dan, are you wearing the same clothes as you did on Sunday? No, just the hoodie, because it's rather warm. That's scary, said Mr. Jack F. It was scary. I was like totally up for having my hair on fire or something, and then they were like, nope, just don't do that. Someone said, how do you edit to music? You can color correct to music. Can't edit to music, no. Ashley G typed necrophilia into the chat 9 times. Only on a Dan is Not on Fire live show. I think we can all agree. Imagine Dan without hair, said Annika. Hello, everybody. I'm a Dan without a hair. It's just not even that interesting. Ooh, mostly the ones from 7. I like Balthier from 12 and Van from 12. Nerd. Way too much time thinking about that. Generally, all Final Fantasy characters are great. Why this and not a Google Plus Hangout, said somebody. Because this has a chat room that people can type in no matter how many people there are. I mean, it does limit you to typing pretty much once an hour, but at least everyone can join in. You look 40 without your fringe. Thanks, person who typed that into the chat. Great. Speaking of it, I'm having a haircut tomorrow. Maybe I should cut my fringe off just for you. Math sucks, says Michaela. Hey, the world is made of math. Math is important. It's mathematical. No, say people. Ellen said, you set yourself on fire on purpose? Yes, the video was a joke. I honestly, I have to say this, I honestly love the, not many people, or less than 1%, but there are some people out there that either thought that I genuinely tried to film a music video and I set myself on fire, or that I was genuinely trying to pass it off that I actually was filming a music video and tried to set myself on fire, instead of it obviously being a joke that I planned in advance. Wait, the video was a joke? Guys. Come on, it's the same kind of people that thought that Finn wasn't real. Come on, people. Obviously, I don't spend 2 weeks trying to book a stunt team to set me on fire because I was actually on fire. If I was actually on fire, do you think I would have run around like a chicken saying pumpkin put me? No, I would have been like, you know, are you joking? People are that stupid, said Shannon. We're on the internet, Shannon. There's always going to be some people. Someone said, are you going to change your content now you've hit 1 million subscribers? No, I mean, I thought about this prior to me getting 1 million subscribers. I was like, am I going to have to do different stuff to get to 1 million subscribers? But then the thing is, I got to 1 million subscribers by doing the kind of videos that I've already been making. So because that's what I like doing, then I should kind of stick to it. I mean, it doesn't mean that one day I won't try to do some kind of crazy big creative thing, kind of like Charlie in the Forever Yours video. You know what I mean? Just like something really cool that you care about that takes ages. Could do that, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop doing Reasons Why Dan's a Fail in my apartment. You know what I mean? Too many gullible people out there. Kind of true. I mean, the thing with YouTube, oh god, I'm gonna get deep with you guys. You can't control who ends up watching your videos. You know what I mean? A YouTuber just has to make the kind of videos that they want to make, and then whoever finds them, finds them. You know what I mean? And the fact is that mostly the people on YouTube are early teens. That doesn't reflect on the kind of content people are making, because that's what the majority of literally everyone's subscribers are made of, just because that's who most of people on YouTube are. So, I mean, just because there are a lot of 12-year-olds that probably watch my videos doesn't mean that I don't probably have, on average, older subscribers than most YouTubers. You know what I mean? Because I've said this before. According to my insight, my YouTube, my average viewer is kind of more towards 16 than 12, whereas obviously someone like Smosh, it's more towards 9 than 12. But I can't complain if 11-year-olds find my videos and then can't tell when I'm joking or not. We can't get mad about it. I don't get mad about it, so as long as you don't, it's okay. And then suddenly everyone goes, I'm 32 in the chat. Yes, I know. Because, it's like, I think I said this like last week, so I'm not going to dwell on it, but like 1 million subscribers, holy fuck, that means that at least 250,000 of them are over the age of 18. So even though it's not the majority, it just means that that's a lot of people that are over 18, you know what I mean? And there's probably the same amount of people that are 12, and all the middle are kind of, 13 to 17, which is, normal for YouTube. And suddenly everyone's going, I'm 69, I'm 102, Olivia is 100. Yeah, good one, guys. You're all 69. Fantastic. It's becoming YouTube deep. So, haircut tomorrow. What should I go for? I mean, it always looks okay now, but I think I watch my YouTube videos and I'm like, it just needs to look a bit shorter. If you watch my video, it's like slightly too long. I don't know. Bowl cut, Mohican, bald, dye it blue. Don't murder your hair, butt cut, bald. Go for the Bieber, said Kate. Liam Payne. I like llamas, said Natalie. Thanks, Natalie. Ponytail, Amy. Other Amy says, get an afro. Thanks, guys. Lydia said, I swear you just got it cut. I know, right? I know, but that was 6 weeks ago. If you think you remember the last time we talked about this in a live show and it feels like it was yesterday, that was 6 weeks ago. A month and a half. How terrifying is that? Time. Pew, pew, pew. Get a weave, said I went on a strange odyssey on YouTube earlier. I just sat there like looking at things from chat shows, like real examples of weaves being snatched. I literally spent about 4 hours on YouTube just looking for videos of people snatching wigs off people's heads. It is a very surreal moment. I recommend all of you go out there and just type snatch weave into YouTube. Pretty funny. It's mostly things like Jerry Springer. Someone just goes, psha! And off it goes. Uh-oh. Get a giraffe haircut, said Hannah. Thanks, Hannah. Men hair goes faster than women's hair. My hair goes so fast, like literally. It's the reason my hair's longer than normal guys, just because I have to get it cut like every freaking week. Jasmine said, weave snatching? What's that? Dye the tips green. Could do. You could just dip all the ends in blonde, in peroxide. There we go. Get a perm. You guys are useless. Let's move on quickly. But yeah, it was reassuring that I had to have a paramedic and two stunt guys with fire extinguishers on with me when I was being set on fire. Didn't make me feel like I was in real danger at all. No. One thing they did say was that if I felt like I was actually beginning to set on fire, I just had to put my hands on my head, because as part of the acting, obviously it was not supposed to be real acting, it was supposed to be a joke, but I was going, oh my god, I'm on fire, put me out, put me out. So if something went horribly wrong and I did actually set on fire, I had to just put my hands on my head, otherwise they wouldn't know whether they had to put me out early or not. So it was all very fun. I recommend to all of you, put it on your bucket list, just set yourself on fire for fun in a controlled environment. Just get it trimmed, Dan. Well, Stephanie, that's probably what's going to happen. Boy who cried fire. Quite, Kayla. Quite. Someone said, my dog's here and we're watching American Horror Story together. Hey. Someone said, what level are you in Skyrim? 42 or something? I kind of did everything, and then I got to the point where I was just running around doing caves that were the same as every other cave, and bandit castles were the same as every other castle. And then it suddenly dawned on me, because it wasn't an MMO, and I wasn't uploading my hilarious shenanigans to YouTube, there was kind of no point in me playing, because no one else could ever see what I've accomplished. Which is always the downside of Western RPGs. Whoa, Dan. Gaming deep. I'm playing The Last Story, which is a game by the guy that directed Final Fantasies 1 to 10 for the Wii, and that's very good. If you've got Wii and you're into RPGs, or anime generally, I recommend The Last Story. It's a good game. And Ni no Kuni still hasn't come in the frickin' post. Thanks, Amazon. You should get a Lady Gaga haircut. What even is that? That changes every 2 weeks. Pick one, Kill Bill or Lord of the Rings. That's very hard. Oh yeah, I tweeted about this earlier. I mean, like in these cold months where my feet are very cold during the day, I walk past an UGG boot shop. Someone said, I thought you said Mila Kuni. No, Ni no Kuni, the Studio Ghibli game. Someone says, no, you're not getting UGG boots to wear inside. This is the thing, guys. This is the thing. Could I buy UGG boots just for being comfortable in, for wearing inside? Because a previous girlfriend when I was a teenager had UGG boots, and I just used to put my hands in them. They're so good. They're fluffy though. I don't want to just get UGG slippers like every freaking male granddad gets. UGG boots for wearing inside, and then I can just guys, come on, give me a serious advice here. Inside. I'm aware that as I'm not a black gay guy or an Asian guy, I can't pull off wearing them outside, but inside. God, this is violent. Maybe I'll just do it anyway. If I don't tweet about it, then you'll have no idea it happened. Like everything else in a YouTuber's life. Yes, inside would be fine, said Dorothy. Okay, Dorothy. Get the tool ones. I will. That's my plan. They should make UGG onesies. They're just entire bodysuits with gas mask zip things. Wait, did you say male granddad? I did. Very good point. Ooh, is it a male granddad, Dan? Sorry. Good thing you guys are here to correct me on every mistake I ever make. Kirsty T said, you act gayer than my friend who's actually gay. Thanks, Kirsty T. Nice to know that acting gay is a thing, because obviously behavior and sexuality can be stereotyped together. I'm only joking, but seriously. That's how the world needs to not think that. But I'm only joking. What is this drawing behind you? It's a guy I know called Wiro. I favorited a video by him on YouTube the other day, and it was really good. And I bought a canvas of the art. Hey! Preach it, said Jasmine. What the hell is this live show called? It was going to be, Dan, he's a man. If he can't do it, great. Like Hades and Hercules, but it didn't fit. So I just put yay. Hey! He's big on Hit Record. He is. He's like the Smosh of Hit Record. And he's one of my real life closest friends. Ah, I feel privileged. Tell Sarah Marshall to get back soon. There we go, Sarah Marshall. Because I'm obviously Jesus or something. I hope you get better soon. There you go, fired my Jesus beams at you. It's from Aladdin, not Hercules. It is! Oh my god. Jafar, he's a man. If he can't do it, great! Very correct. Very correct, guys. Dan, wasn't that a genie quote? I did say Hades, didn't I? Why did I think that? Who would have said that? The goat guy. It was indeed Aladdin. Get your Disney straight, Daniel. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've only seen Aladdin probably about 5,000 times in my life, and it used to be my favourite film ever. It was only the first film I ever went to see in the cinema. God damn. I love all my favourite Disney films are kind of like the ones with a really kind of like modern, sassy sense of humour, which Aladdin had with the genie, but like Hercules is just so amazing. Because obviously things like The Lion King are really good in a classical kind of way, like can't go wrong with The Lion King. It's a Disney classic, but then it's just very refreshing. I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying that there's something about Hercules and Emperor's New Groove that's just amazing. You know what I mean? Let's all take a moment to appreciate Emperor's New Groove. Freaking Aztec llamas, so sassy. Yzma, best villain ever. God, man, we should all go watch Emperor's New Groove. I don't know what Hercules is. You need to go see it. It's a good one. Dun, 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 dun. We are... Oh, Dan, of course you like the sassy stuff. Oh, because I'm so sassy, aren't I? Ah. Ah. Where did sassy come from? Why did it become popular all of a sudden? Because I mean, it's an appropriate word, but it only seemed to like become a thing a few months ago. Who was responsible for that? Remind me to kill them. Joking. I just saw someone type, so, do you have necrophilia in Terabang? What? If you shouldn't be using words like your age, whatever that is. Gerard Way said, people, I have a feeling Louis Tomlinson was responsible just as soon as he came into the world. The Sassmaster from Doncaster. Fluffy chicken. Oh yeah, Tumblr. Hey Dan, what have I missed? Everything. Death by Sandcastle. Anyone watching The Amazing Race with Joey and Graceffa and Strawberry 17? Hey, that's cool. It really was Louis though, said Evie. What's your Pottermore house, said Christina. I've said this a lot. I did it twice. Once they gave me Slytherin and once they gave me Gryffindor. And one of those times they gave me a choice between the two and I was like, this is bullshit. Do you still play Guild Wars 2? Yes. More than I should. Do you still do piano, said Chloe. I'm learning a Ludovico Einaudi song called Piano. Called a Solo at the moment. How do we watch it in the UK? How do you watch what in the UK? I forgot what I just thought about. Sorry, I'm a goldfish. Literally, I see something in the chat and I forgot what I was talking about 2 seconds ago. Time to change your name, Dan. I know. No, I'm just... Dan is on fire. Can you do a collab with Charlie, said Zach. Charlie does not want to be my friend. I'm joking. How's the personal trainer going? Seen twice in the whole of 2013. Still going good. Although that was because... Jesus Christ, my freaking fire video that took 2.5 weeks to make didn't get anything done. So now I can get back on the exercise wheel now that I've set myself on fire. You have a lot of love for Charlie, Dan. A lot of people do, because he was the original YouTube superstar. Once per month is reasonable. Yeah, for exercise. Once a month. 6-pack by next week. Yeah. No, but in reality, I think just running up escalators every time I need to go anywhere in London is helping my exercise levels. I like going to videos of me in like 2010 and being like, I used to be a bit chubby, didn't I? Not that there's anything wrong with that, other than obviously me not being able to walk for 2 minutes without coughing up blood. Without falling up them, said Vicky. Not since the incident. Trust me, that traumatized me into being careful on escalators. Someone said, you're not chubby. I know, right? Jesus. Like, I go on Tumblr and people are like, Dan's fat. And then I go on my Radio 1 YouTube video where I'm James Bond and people are like, Dan's so skinny. He needs to eat more. I feel like I can relate to Britney Spears, guys. Mister, he's too fat now, he's too thin. You want a piece of me? That was a rubbish song. That was a crap Britney song. I'm just going to say that. That's an opinion right there. I'm not a fan of Piece of Me. Although, best Britney album, Blackout. Hey, you know that. Someone said, your hair was so hot right then. I disagree. Still into theatre, said somebody. Watching it, obviously not being in it anymore. Too busy to follow my passion these days. Living a life of regret. But if you say pineapples really fast, it sounds like something. Pineapples. What does it sound like? Totally missed that. Stop biting your lip. I've got Carmex on my lip because I'm trying to make them less chapters F, so I'm kind of just like on the chapstick. Sing a Britney song. No. Brits and their Carmex. It works, man. It works. Use a lip balm. We do have chapstick. Although the chapstick that I have is one of those ones that I've kind of left at the bottom of my bag and it's just got covered in crap from the bottom of my bag. And it's like, I do not want to put that on my thing. Someone said, you've just hit 1,100,000. Have I? I think you're lying. Dan Googles in live time. How interesting is this to watch? Yeah. Dan is not on fire. Yes, I know. Good. I did. What the fuck? That happened quickly. Dan didn't upload a video for 2 weeks and gained a lot. Jesus, right? Not complaining. I'm obviously humbled. Have you watched the new Adventure Time? I haven't. Got to obviously legally get that off Cartoon Network later. Carmex burns your lips off, but it does the job. I got handy earlier. Would you believe this, guys? I built 2 things. Right. Although we've been over this. I am quite a manly guy, you know what I mean? I build stuff. I like cars. I built a sofa bed and I reassembled my desk. Look in the corner of the room where my lonely Skyrim poster is. Desk no more! Because I'm replacing all the furniture in here. I built a freaking sofa bed, guys. Man points, said Harriet. Yes. Got my chapstick, building my sofa beds. I am the epitome of masculinity. We all know it. Check your Twitter, said somebody. What? No, I'm doing this. I built 4 pieces of furniture today. You're lying, Sammy. I disagree. Prove it. Because Carmex is extremely manly. It kind of is. It's like the cement of lip balm. It's kind of like, oh, I use SPF 15 thing. It's like, no, I use Carmex. It's kind of like I slab primordial ooze onto my face to make it less dry. Oh, God, leaning over this is making me so uncomfortably. You said epitome wrong. I know. It's one of those things that I say wrong deliberately, and then I forget that if I'm not saying it in front of a friend, that makes me look weird. The epitome of masculinity. There we go. Someone said, I build furniture for plays. I used to love the stage design department in the theatre that I used to go to. Cool people. Do a Scottish accent. No, because that will probably just be racist and offensive. House tour now! No. Oh, that's a good point. Apartment tour. Have you guys all voted at the thing at the end of my video? Because I'm aware that a lot of you watch YouTubers on mobiles, on your phones and iPads, because obviously every teenager has an iPad. I don't have a freaking iPad. Have you all voted? If you haven't seen, at the end of the latest video to go on my YouTube channel, which you should all go to if you haven't, whatever. If you're new, then you can work out how to go to my YouTube channel. Anyway, yeah. Have y'all voted? I'm interested to see what's happening. I might do it in reverse order. Um, it's quite funny. I'm using it as kind of like an experiment as well because obviously I'm such an uppity bastard who cares so much about my creative integrity. Oh, I'd never do a Lady Gaga parody. I don't want to make videos with Harry Styles in the title. Wouldn't want to do an apartment tour, is basically what I'm going. Because apartment tours are so lame. I mean, I'm aware I did it once, and I kind of did it because I wanted to make it funny. But just the idea of like, here's my stuff. We've been over this. Like, people subscribe to me for a lot of reasons. A lot of people subscribe to me in the same way they subscribe to, just other vloggers like Jack and Finn and Casper Lee. And then a lot of people subscribe to me because of sketch comedians and animators that they might like Tom Scar and Jack and Dean. And then some people like me in like an old school YouTube kind of way, that are people that are used to Shane Dawson and stuff like that. So the thing is, out of my subscribers, I probably have the most like we want different things audience, which is why you should never listen to your audience. If you're ever becoming a YouTuber, one of the best pieces of advice a lot of people say is you have to just make the kind of videos you want to make, not your audience, because otherwise it'll be awful. But I'm just curious to see how many people would be interested in me doing an apartment tour. So if that ends up being one of the things that I do, I'll try to do an interesting twist on it. Although, to be honest, a lot of people would like to know why there is a One Direction poster in my toilet and stuff like that. Someone said Spotify update. It turned out Hunter Hayes was my most listened to artist, and what was it? Some strange thing. Oh, a piano song was my most listened to song. Aw. How big are your hands? Regular sized. Perspective! Oh my god! What are your opinions on All Time Low? They're a good band that I'm aware a lot of you like. How's you doing? 50th anniversary of Doctor Who soon. I know, right? Cool things will probably happen. Moffat, how will you make us cry next? Have you seen Shiny's new music video? I haven't! Is it good? A lot of people didn't like Sherlock. Did you watch Muse live on YouTube yesterday? I did. They played Dead Star. I was like, yeah. You remembered that song exists. Great. Are you excited for Pokemon X and Y as I am? Yes, in a way, although I kind of wish they'd release like a proper... Because the thing is with Pokemon, they're one of the biggest brands in the entire world. So they have the resources to make a game just as good as Gears of War or Halo or Uncharted or something like that. So part of me really wishes that the people that make Pokemon would just make like a proper amazing RPG for the Wii U with HD graphics and it's cel-shaded like Zelda Wind Waker. Part of me just wants them to do something like that, and then the fact that they keep just releasing handheld ones is a bit but it'll be good. Cameron said Halo is shit. Whoa! That was a strong opinion. Of Green Day, American Idiot was the first album I ever bought. Absolution by Muse, I don't remember. One of those two. Do you really follow people on Tumblr? Yes, I followed a whole bunch of people. The thing that I like about Tumblr in that regards is that, I can't add people on Facebook or follow people on Twitter as a good example without them being on my Twitter feed. The thing is, I like seeing my Twitter feed, so if I followed back my fans like a pop star, then I wouldn't be able to use Twitter. You know what I mean? If I did follow, tweet #follow Dan and I'll follow you back, which is utterly cringe, then I just wouldn't be able to use Twitter, you know what I mean? But the thing with Tumblr is I can follow people and it doesn't mean anything because it just means that their blog is on my dashboard. So that's why it's a good thing. If you reblog my video on Tumblr, I'll look through the notes and I'll follow a whole bunch of people. And if I like your blog, I have no reason not to, you know what I mean? Because it doesn't give you any more kind of interactivity. So that's a cool... Yes, quite Holly L. Matthew S. says, my girlfriend is proud of you for listening to Hunter Hayes. What's a favourite song? I mean, I liked that one, what was it, Wanted. Make you feel wanted. It's got those, like, just twinges of like southern guitars. You know what I mean? Just country music, kind of like, and it's kind of it's so country. It's kind of slightly sickening when you hear it, and it's kind of like, but it's endearing. I like it. I like a little bit of country in people. It's what gives Miley Cyrus and Taylor their twist. Can you please do daily vlogs? No. There, there we go. Do you like country music? Yeah, I had a phase. When was that? It was like a year ago where I was just obsessed with country music, and I made a Spotify playlist of country music. I really hate modern country just because I think it's so cringe and overproduced. Like, what's that? What's that country song about? Like just being in a bar. Do you guys know? I'm not going to look it up. I'm just going to ask for you guys to say the right thing. You know what the one? It's like, I got my beer, I'm in my bar, and it's really, really cringe. Do we know the one that I'm talking about? Southern viewers watching. Red Solo Cup. Is that the one? I think so. Yeah. It's just, bleh. It's so overproduced and it's gross. But I mean, I like young poppy country like Taylor and Hunter Hayes and, you know, early Miley Cyrus, stuff like that. But what I was getting into when I loved country was like really old proper. I mean, yeah, I know Red Solo Cup is kind of amazing in how awful it is, but it is the worst thing ever, isn't it? Just really old country. I mean, I just listened to loads of Dolly Parton and Johnny Cash. Where is my country playlist? Which I can't believe is a thing, but it is. It's called Down South. The Thunder Rolls, Lady Antebellum. I bet it's Jace Everett from True Blood theme. Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zone. Do they count as country? I'd love that. Anyway, yeah. I went through a country phase. It kind of like... someone said, have you dated Taylor Swift? It wouldn't surprise me if I've dated Taylor Swift. Although it's been a while since I brought out this fact. I met Taylor Swift at the Radio 1 Teen Awards a couple months ago, and in high heels, Taylor Swift was taller than me. That's a little factoid for you there. Taylor Swift in heels is taller than Dan. She was like a beautiful yellow praying mantis because she was so thin and pretty and had her hands like that, like a scythe. I did not talk to her because holy fuck. I mean, I was made to interview One Direction and embarrass myself in front of Little Mix, but I would not have ever introduced myself to Taylor Swift just because she's so freaking famous. You know, I mean, there's just a level where people are so famous. I don't think I'd ever like to introduce myself to. Someone said, "Don't say that, Dan. She might write an album about you." Oh God. So yeah, I mean, I like the idea of like the American South. Like it's really like it's got that kind of like especially the West, you know, the whole like Western thing. I'm obsessed with kind of like Mexican Westerns, just anything spaghetti Western. You know, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Kill Bill, Django Unchained. I freaking love things like that, and any film set in that area of the country, like that James Franco one, 21 Hours or whatever it was. It's just a shame that the people are probably the most, no offense, backwards conservative people in the country. You know what I mean? Just I like the idea of like Southern hospitality and it being really charming and stuff like that, but then the reality of just kind of like rednecks and stuff. Not that all of you are like that, because I'm aware that there's probably several thousand of you in Southern America that are really 27 hours, thank you. Really lovely people with lovely parents, but it's just a shame everyone isn't lovely. Josie S says, Dan, please give me a shout out, or say zebra. Toy Story 4, said Gabriella B. Yeah, that's happening. I know, right? How weird. Guess the crime, said everybody. Arson? Or is it going to be necrophilia, like you've all been saying? Maybe it's Jimmy Savile today in Guess the Crime. I kind of like living in London. Guess the crime. 127 hours, not 27, said somebody. Thank you to that person for correcting everyone else. 127 hours with James Franco. Someone said, the crime is Niall Horan. Well, just that he's just so freaking sexy and Irish. It's illegal. It was Honey Boo Boo existing. Help, it's raining. Go inside then. You outside with a laptop? That ain't a good idea. Dan for Pope? Woo! Catherine O, that is not funny. No lost profit jokes. Are you singing Poker Face? No, I was singing Home by Edward Sharpe because it was just on my Southern music playlist that I have not listened to in a while. I am a liberal Democrat in conservative Southern Georgia. Thank you for not generalizing me, Dan. That is okay. High five. Yeah. I'm so hungry. Just realized I haven't eaten since like 2. What should I have for dinner? Help. That's the bad thing about not living with your parents. You don't just get fed, you actually have to make your own food. As the people over 18, people at college and uni and living by themselves will know. Worst thing about not living with your parents, although there's a lot of perks of not living with your parents, is that you don't just get presented food all the time. Pizza, pizza, cake, cereal, Maltesers. You guys have the worst suggestions. Pizza's a good suggestion. Pasta. What did I miss? Said somebody. People are telling me what to have for dinner. KFC. I'm afraid of KFC ever since I saw a Sun article about someone finding a brain in KFC. Blah. I think I'd only have things from like McDonald's that are like 100% chicken breast. And I'm like, okay, I can trust this. Placenta. Thanks. Air. Rice, said somebody. Garlic pasta. Placenta on toast. Thanks, Megan. Nicole M said bacon. Horse lasagna, said Eddie. Well, there is a Tesco down the road. Zing. Brain? Ew. I know, right? Weird. I've heard that and I was like, no thanks. Horse burgers. I am in Britain. Might as well make the most of the horse burgers before they go out of stock. I mean, I don't really think there's anything wrong with all the beef turning out to be horse in the sense that I don't find the idea of eating horses incredibly horrifically disgusting. I think for me it's more of a trust issue that they thought it was beef. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, oh my god, horse? It's kind of more like, Tesco, you got, whoa, you better slap some bitches. Orphan Tears said, yes, Rachel P. I keep a jar of orphan tears under my bed at all times, just for when I'm hungry. Whatever's in your fridge, Daniel. Good advice, Dana. That's probably what I'm going to do. God, you're making me hungry. We're going to get off the topic of food, guys. Do you want me to end this live show now? Do you want me to end it right now? Because I will. Science teacher has a dog brain. Interesting. Thanks, Kara. I'm eating Haribos. Stop talking about food, guys! Jacob said, order Domino's. I might just go there. I can't. It's so bad. Also, when you're not living at home and you have a job, the biggest disadvantage to being in charge of your own money is laziness. If I can't be bothered to cook, nothing is stopping me from ordering Domino's at any moment, which is incredibly dangerous. Too much power. Way too much power. Someone said, did you ever find the mice? No. Okay, Maria Francesca G said, update on mice, as did Emma S. And suddenly everyone's talking about mice, just as I wanted to start talking about mice. Do we have a psychic link? But, no. The mice are still loose in the apartment. We have no idea where they are, although sometimes if I'm being nocturnal and I'm on Twitter at 4 a.m, like, why aren't I asleep? I hear them, because obviously the mice are like, we come out when the human are asleep. So I'm just sitting there, like, browsing, and I'm like, dude, you can't just come out of your hole right now. Just go in the mouse trap or bugger off. They're mocking me. I'm like a prisoner in my own home. Is that a coat or a sweatshirt? I guess it's kind of a sweatshirt. With a twist. Boom. Did you know this was going to happen? Oh my god. Someone said, do you like Disneyland? I know Disneyland Paris like the back of my hand. I've just been there like 6 times. I don't know. She's loving the jacket, said April. Thanks. Harlem Shake, I beg. I'm not going to do a Harlem Shake. That was over before it started, seriously. No offense if you just got into the Harlem Shake, but no. What happened to Sam Pepper's Harlem Shake video? Is there an answer to that question? Is it still there? Am I being weird? What happened to it? What happened to that? Got like as many views as one of mine and Jack's videos now. What happened? I just showed up. Hi Jacob, you're a bit late. Not gonna lie. I've been doing it for 50 minutes, and I'm gonna go eat soon. Mm-mm-mm. Isn't it like 10 p.m. in England? It is. Ugh. Homestuck. Are those horns on your hoodie? Yes, I think it's safe to say yes. It's 11 p.m. in Denmark, but have you eaten? That is the question. Do you guys want to see what my handiwork before I've eaten? Someone said, why haven't you eaten yet? Because I've been freaking building stuff. Right. Let's go on an adventure while looking at Dan's chin. The most attractive angle. A nice view of Dan's ceiling. Great. Okay. Right, are you ready for this, guys? My handiwork. Check out that okay, you cannot see that at all. Check out that bad boy. Yeah, sofa bed. We can have guests around. And now they can... That still looks awful. How can I show this? There we go. A sofa bed. That's just boxes and shit that I need to move. But, like, yeah. I built that sexy biznitch. I did. Yeah. And then I removed the desk. Wow, Dan, so interesting. You moved a desk. But, hi. Man points. This is my, one of my tools. What can I say? I mean, seriously, though, this is what I was working with. Check me out. Yeah. Alright. Dina said, I just got here. What did I miss? Not gonna lie. Everything. Kind of everything. Didn't Phil help you? No, he was editing his video. I literally did it all by myself, which is why it took 4 hours. So yeah, did anyone listen? I just want to say this before I go. Did anyone listen to my radio? I say mine and my friend's radio show on Sunday? We played the Pokemon theme that actually happened. It was amazing. Yeah, it was. I mean, like, I think it's weird that I'm even on the radio, but to say that I have a show on Radio 1 and I actually resulted in that playing the Pokemon theme, I just like that a lot. I mean, I just like that for all you guys, you were like, oh, Pokemon theme, amazing. But for people just listening in their cars must have just been like, what the F? And obviously any person born from like 1988 onwards was probably just like, nostalgia out of their eyes, which is cool. It was the best thing I ever heard. Better than the apocalypse. How do you pronounce the word bagel? That's how I pronounce it. How do you pronounce it? Why don't you eat while doing the live show? Because food is very important to me. It's a sacred experience. Can't be interrupted. Do you wear makeup? Said Casey. Guys, that doesn't look like sarcasm. Oh God! Oh God, the show was going so well. Oh no. Do I look like I'm wearing makeup? Look at my face with this light shining in it. Eye bags. Red nose. Sexy man points. I know. Check me out. Building crap. Hey! I'm in Canada, so the times are messed up. I'm sorry. Good news! Our radio show may be worldwide soon. So all y'alls around the world that want to watch my live shows on Sunday evenings or Sunday afternoons if you're in America, you will be able to soon. I'm not going to give you a specific date, but I've just heard that it's coming. So that's going to be cool. Hey! How exciting! So, yeah. I mean, I'm so excited to, because that Setting Me on Fire video is such a pain to make. I'm just so excited to get back into the swing because obviously over Christmas with the whole Christmas show and everything like that, I was a bit slow on YouTube. Now I really want to get back into the swing of making a video every week because I like making a video every week. It makes me feel like I'm doing something with my life, and I think it's cool that the voting thing is happening. So this is a good point to mention before I leave in a few minutes. If you don't know who the F I am, and you're really freaking confused as to who I am and why so many people are watching me, my name's Dan. I'm a YouTuber. If you hover over the middle, you can see a button that says My YouTube. You can go to my Facebook page with the Facebook button. Follow me on Twitter, which you should do because then I let you know when my live shows are happening. And you can subscribe to me on YouTube by pressing that button. So, A, thank you if you're new. And remember, if you are one of my subscribers, but you have no idea what is happening on this seemingly very confusing website, log in with Facebook, top right-hand corner, click login, skippity skip, 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 and then press the fan button. So then once you have pressed the fan button, there you go. You're all part of the action, snapshots, hearts, marriage proposals, all of the fun crap that you can do on YouNow. So just sign in with Facebook, then become a fan. Okay, thank you. Abby, American, Aoife, Anna, Esther, Sophia, John, Megan, Stephen, Heather, Lee, Mary, Dan, oh hey, Dan, Pete, Sarah, Anna, Grace. Thank you for all becoming a fan. Thank you. So, yeah, I mean, it's looking like my next video at the moment, as a result of the little interactive votey thing, is going to be a Reasons Why Dan's a Fail this weekend, which I am quite excited to make. So if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube, then I will be making a video about some aspect of my flawed personality this weekend. So look forward to that. It's gonna be fun, fun, fun. Reasons Why Dan's a Fail. Yay! Delia Smith. What about Delia Smith, you silly billies? So thank you, everyone. I mean, this has been a very funny live show, actually. And it was going so well until that person asked me if I was wearing makeup. I'm joking. But, yeah, if you don't know what the F I'm on about, I made a video to celebrate 1 million subscribers, and you should go watch it. Someone said Delia Smith has quit TV, but she's doing online stuff now. Maybe this is a good opportunity for me to sell out to Delia Smith and do a collab with her. I mean, come on, Delia Smith is doing this online thing. Maybe I can do a baking video with her. How freaking amazing would that be? Because she's not that uptight. She's pretty funny, isn't she? So I'm just, the reality of the fact that might not even be that impossible is starting to dawn on me. So it's like, maybe. So yes, thank you guys. This has been very good. I am gonna go eat. It's been a very fun live show. I do these every Tuesday, unless I say otherwise, at roughly 9 p.m. If you follow me on Twitter, then you'll know if I'm going to be half an hour late or if I'm moving it to another day. But roughly, I do these every Tuesday, and they're really fun. It's just nice to not do anything too performy and just chat to people. So yeah, sometime this week I'm going to try to go on VU again, and hopefully it won't be so slow it doesn't load. But yeah, and then new video this weekend, which I'm very excited to make. So thank you guys. Have a good rest of Tuesday, wherever you are. Fanny P just got here. Very, very bad timing, Fanny P. But remember, all these things are recorded afterwards. So if you miss one of my shows and you're sad, then if you go to the Dan Is Not On Fire profile, then you can watch them because they're automatically recorded. So have a good Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Don't have too much of an awful time at work or at school. Whatever you're doing, stay safe. Okay. Right. See you guys. Thank you. It's been fun. Thank you very much. And someone just typed moist and crusty into the chat. Oh God. You can all go now. Go eat. Go sleep.